Good day, ma'am. I am Romel Cañete, and for today, I'm going to discuss the Chapter 12 in Business Organization and Management, which entitled Organization for Office Management and Business Research. So, Office Management and Services. Office works constitutes an important segment of a modern enterprise. Office management is concerned with the direction and supervision of office work. Office work includes the recording of transactions as well as the results thereof, writing and answering letters, fil- filing papers, typewriting, messenger, computing, and other related activities. Effective handling of office work is basic to efficient management. Office management is thereof basically concerned with the overall direction of clerical activities as distinguished from such as finance, manufacturing, sales, personnel, and purchasing. The growing importance of office management is apparent in the big increases registered by the office employees as compared to non-office employees. The so-called white-collar workers are increasing percentage-wise at a rate faster than blue-collar workers. In the Philippines, traditional psychology makes employees prefer white-collar jobs. Even the blue-collar jobs are more remunerative. While office management is not yet a profession like accounting nor a fixed and major function like sales or production, it is nevertheless growing in importance. Who is responsible for office management and services? The office management function may be specialized through the appointment of an office manager. If the company has an office manager, he thereof will be responsible for the efficient execution of office management and services. The office manager must have a general knowledge of every major parts of the enterprise and a very intimate knowledge of some portions. He must solve problems involving practically every activity of the enterprise. He must possess a genuine insight and ability in managerial work. The manager may have an assistant to whom he has assigned such as responsibility, but the basic command and contract are vested in him. In companies that have no office manager, the responsibility for the office management and services may be delegated to an administrative assistant. Assigning these responsibilities to various department heads of the enterprise has been experienced not effective. Sometimes, office management is handled by the assistant secretary, the chief accountant, or some other executive. The controller is sometimes charged with more than accounts that and is given supervision over office activities. In banks, insurance companies, and financial institutions, the office manager may report directly to the president or to major vice president. The place of office management is also dependent on size, on the nature of the business, and on the philosophy of the top management. There seems no point in specializing the office function in small firm. The small office is inclined to be informal. In bigger enterprise, however, scheduling and records management may get out of hand if not handled by separate departments. A manufacturing establishment would have a different office setup from an insurance company. The philosophy of top management as regards centralizing or decentralizing the office function will affect organization. So would the availability of office and personnel, the extent of communications facilities, space and traditions or custom in the industry itself. Office management is not only facilitating function, it is also an important center of coordination The office manager is a good executive and supervisor who is expert in clerical details and office procedures. At the same time, he must realize that records and all things he deals with are only means to facilitate executive control and to promote the smooth functioning of the productive functions. Importance of office work. The importance of office work may be stated as follows. Office work is a facilitating function. It is the essential medium through which the various activities of an enterprise are fused together. It is the lifeblood of any modern enterprise. Office services are the basis of the entire managerial activities of planning, coordinating, directing, and controlling. Facts and information are necessary for intelligent planning. This data involves separate records, which in turn involves office tasks. The integration of decisions and actions implied in coordination requires the exchange of information and instructions and adequate communications between members of management. Finally, all activities the involve the coordination of the office. The activities and individual work of practically every department of the enterprise is implemented by the office function. For instance, the credit department cannot operate successfully without the records of the creditors as to amounts and dates due to list of delinquent accounts, credit history of customers, and quantity of correspondence. This again emphasizes the importance of office work. Office system. Office system is the term applied to way filing, making records, writing letters, computing, and so on. Office work is organized. Each office has its system of office system, and a well-organized business is made up to carefully laid out routines or established ways of doing work. As a matter of fact, there is a routine for performing every kind of office work, and all office work must go through the established routines. Every similar piece of work must undergo similar process through the same steps in the same way. The extent to which certain office functions should not be setting up a system, an issue that frequently crops up centralized. The advocates of centralizations argue that the centralizations enables flexibility in the use of clerical personnel. Instead of having separate typists and stenographers for each unit, section, or supervision in a firm, all typists and stenographers would be concentrated in one pool and other services given where the need exists. Centralization lessens the cost of supervisions and enables line executives to pay greater attention to their specific tasks without worrying too much about office details. Specialization is fostered. Production in a simple job like handling an addressograph machine or mimegraphing machine can be can be tremendously increased if the person handling it is a specialist and does not have to take dictation, type or file records at the same time. Training is also easier in a centralized office. Wage administration, incentive payments, and performance checks are also better effected. Centralization may be overdone. The office manager may be so concerned with his department that he forgets his main job to facilitate the work of other departments. Confidential matters may leak out, irritating problems concerning minor changes and corrections in correspondence, frequent consultations of certain records, priorities in handling of paperwork, and red tape may hamper operations. It is the job of the top management to determine where centralization is good and to what extent it should be applied. Certain office work like mail, reception callers, managerial services, duplicating services, li- library services, routine correspondence and communications should be extended and centralized. Record keeping. Records of purchases and sales of all activities and the place where these records are made and kept it probably the most important work of the office. In large offices, records are kept by the accounting officer at the same time that he is keeping track of all accounts on the money received, paid, or owed. The same department further handles the function of recording, tabulating, and reporting the results of all transactions. The reports prepared show the past success or failures and help to determine the future activities of the company. They must be easily located for reference, and record keeping system is very important. Records must be simple. To meet the test of simplicity, records should be sufficient to meet requirements but no more. They should not exceed the requirements for which they are prepared. Records should be accurate. They should not contain errors. Records records should be economical. In some instances, the cost of preparing and maintaining records may be more than the economy they were supposed to bring out. Records should be useful. Unnecessary records have no place in a business. The uses of records are primarily for the formulations of plan and evaluation of performance. Records are also necessary to meet the requirements of government agencies. Even a sari-sari store has to maintain a simple record of purchases and sales. Big corporations require the services of accountants, auditors, and lawyers to help them meet government requirements. Records are necessary as tools of control. In the preparation of reports and plans, records are resorted to. When executives compare the company's performance over different periods of time or the performance of departments and branches, records are necessary. Record keeping may be classified as to whether it is centralized or decentralized, or classification may be according to the method used in locating items that are filed. Thus, it may be alphabetical with subject headings arranged accordingly on how they appear in the alphabet. This method may be appropriate for small firms but becomes unwieldy and cumbersome in big establishments. Record keeping may be geographical. All items in one geographic area are filled together with subfilling according to the subject matter or alphabetical heading. It may be numerical, in which case an index is first prepared to correlate the number with alphabetical headings. It may be according to subject matter, but the need for an alphabetical index is apparent. An efficient method would, of course, be chronological filing, where papers are put on one top of another in the time sequence of their arrival. Another method of classifying records would be according to the equipment used in keeping them. The most common would be desk drawer files or steel and wooden filing cabinets. The use of loop binders and visible index files is now mandatory in most offices. Microfilming is also becoming common. Big industries install electronic data processing systems to record their transactions in electronic tape. An important kind of record is the report. The report may be administrative or to meet the needs of the administration. The annual report, the balance sheet, and the financial statements are administrative reports. Periodical department reports are prepared by the various departments to outline their performance. The sales manager would prepare a periodic report for his department based on the periodic reports of the branches and sales units under him. Special reports are prepared from time to time to tell of new products, new methods, new processes, and reorganization, or similar information. These reports may be prepared in narrative, accounting, or statistical form, or they may be a composite of all three types of preparing a report. Office layout. The job of office management with respect to the office layout consists of the determination of space requirements and their detailed utilization to provide practical arrangement of the physical factors. The arrangement of office equipment may be functional, thus all typing would be in one section, all mailing would be in another, and all records in a fixed place. Arrangement may be according to the flow of work, either the flow of papers or the flow of persons handling office activity. If the office is arranged accordingly to the flow of work, that flow should be procedural, straight, and convenient. Environmental conditions such as light, temperature, and noise control may also determine the office layout. Quite often, office layout is based on personal preferences and not on any system or scientific reason. Increasing use of office machines. The increasing use of machines in office has enabled the solution of certain office managerial problems and the lowering of office cost. This means that those offices which previously used few machines in office management are now using more, while those offices that have always used machines finding better or improved ways of using the machines already available. The net result of the increasing use of office machines has been to increase the quantity and the quality of office performance. Aside from typing, calculating, duplicating, and accounting machines, many companies also use microfilming, addressing, folding, stamping, and mailing and tabulating machines. Each of these functions may be handled by different kind of machines. For instance, duplicating may be my, mimeographing, blueprinting, lithography, or photocopying. Office services. As earlier stated, services as for the purpose of helping other departments of the business to facilitate their work to better advantage. Communication, for instance, is necessary between individuals, between departments, and with those outside of the company. Some of the facilitating office services that may be summarized are: number one, handling of papers. Incoming letters are received, opened, and sorted and distributed. Outgoing letters are folded, enclosed, and mailed. Mailing is an important service as it definitely facilitates communication. Number two, preparation of communication. Letters have to be dictated and transcribed. Receiving dictation is a service as it is a facilitating activity. It may be accomplished through machine dictation and transcription, the use of dictograph or other services. Number three, centralized correspondence practice. This is also a way of rendering office service since it facilitates communication by more adequately and promptly answering letters. Conservation letters and papers must be preserved. They are sources of past and present information and guides in the future. Efficient filing is very essential in preserving these office products as it facilitates the finding of the desired by the various departments of the business. Number 5. Procurement, storing, and distribution of office, stationery, and forms and supplies. These materials are needed to carry and facilitate the work of everyone in the office. Number 6. Maintenance of first aid unit. This is an office service because it facilitates the taking care of accidents or sudden illness which may become serious if not attended. And number 7. Employee services. These services facilitate the effort of the employees more or less in their own behalf and may include an office library, office cafeteria, rest facilities, and other services mentioned in the chapter on the organization of personnel. Office management problems. Modern business is making greater and greater demands upon office work. Nowadays, with business operating in high speed, a well-managed office is recognized as an almost indispensable aid to effective management of business. On a large scale, scientific methods are being applied in the performance of office work in order to establish standards of output, quality, and pay. Standardization of office work and office methods has made rapid strides. Office activities have developed rapidly with the expansion of business. There is necessity for collecting information for effective control, though through records, correspondence, and routines. Office accounting organization. Function of accounting. From the from the standpoint of office management, the main function of accounting is keeping the management informed about the operation of the whole business by collecting pertinent information and presenting the same to those who are responsible for the conduct of the business. Subsidiary to the main function is the recording function. The accountant makes available for immediate or future reference the facts about business. The accounting department is one of the most important department of every business, whether large or small, since accurate and up-to-date records of business transactions mean a sound business research. For business to succeed, its operations must be based on accurate knowledge of facts. The decisions of businessmen must, as far as is practicable, be based on facts and not on mere guesses or beliefs as to what the facts may be. This is the function of business research, to methodically and scientifically ascertain all facts that may have a bearing on the business. Together with the research is the function of forecasting. Business is also premised on the knowledge that consumer desires and opinions are possible of approximating or estimating with a reasonable certainty. Manufacturers want data on the market potentials of their product. Business research is also availed by investors who may want to help start a factory, a marketing firm, or other business establishment. While the aim of research is to get facts, it does not limit itself to facts. Estimates, opinions, and even information may guide by decision making by management. Research may be either commercial or technical. Commercial research is mainly involved with consumers' taste and desire. It ascertains the trends in buying habits, the impacts of sales and promotions and advertising, and the quantities and qualities of good or service which must be achieved. Technical research is concerned with the studies on how a product or, or its parts, equipped, processed, and methods may be developed and improved. Research may also be empirical if it relies heavily on past experiences to determine future trends, or, or it may use scientific methodology to establish causal relationships. Business research must be systematic and scientific. It is the task of management to use it wisely and effectively if it is to yield maximum good. That's all, and thank you.